Heyo, welcome in to CHGO Bets Daily, a remote version of CHGO Bets Daily. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me is Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. He's my partner in degeneracy, and every now and then we are blessed to be joined by Law Dog, and now he's in a polo. So Law Dog in a polo. Look at that.
There it is. There it is.
So loud outside.
Woof, woof.
All right. It sounds like it's outside. Again, it's just freaky.
Nope, that's here. That's here on the machine. That is
sound effect.
Yeah.
Hey, we only have the best here at CHGO. Best producer, best partner, degeneracy, and you got me. We got Sox, we got Cubs, and Lawrence is making fun of me for putting down some futures. Cody, I see all these people winning thousands and thousands of dollars on their sports book. You know, why? If I'm going to be betting 15 cents every bet here on out, why not put 50 cents on a parlay that might not hit? Who cares? It won't hit. But that's why I also have futures on Georgia to win the title.
Mm.
You know, play that straight.
As far as futures, I got the Reds at plus 2,000. I could cash out for $11.89 right now, and I put $5 on it. So
let's go.
Hey, you know,
so
they got red hot.
With the U.S. Open, I won a bet on early Sunday morning when I cashed out my Colin Morikawa bet for 2 cents because I knew he was 10 strokes back. But it said in DraftKings, it said winner. And I was like, thank you so much. What a win.
It's just nice to win one.
Nice to win one, right, Code?
Did you cash out the Fowler one?
No, I let it ride. I should have cashed out.
You should have cashed out.
I could have turned $5 into 30. It was like 29 something.
When he missed the putt on 18 on Saturday, you should have said, he's done. His name is Ricky Failure. He's not a major winner. Sorry. Jeez. I hope he wins one. I just don't. He doesn't.
I thought about it, and then I was just like, well, it's $5, and if I cash out and he wins, I'm going to hate myself. So
right.
So wait, a casino won the U.S. Open?
No, a hotel chain.
Clark.
Hotel chain. Okay. Hotel chain Clark won the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And you know what's annoying is on Sunday morning. So I had Scheffler as my future. Remember, we talked about that last week, and I could have cashed that one out for a little bit of money. It was 3 strokes back going into Sunday, but I'm like, let's let that ride. And then I also decided to add a small win bet on one of the 3 guys above him. And I went with Rory, which actually he was the lowest odd total, which for me, Mr. Plus Money guy, why didn't I go with Hotel Chain Clark, who was at plus 300 in the morning? Instead, I'm like, I want Rory to win. So I'm going to bet on Rory so I can root with Rory. No, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I should have bet the other guy, and then I would have won money.
Well, you were talking up Scheffler, so I just they kept giving the 18% boost, and I was like, I'll bet on Scotty Scheffler. Oh, I'll bet on Scotty Scheffler. Oh, I'll bet on Scotty Scheffler. Oh, I'll bet on Scotty Scheffler.
Sorry about that. He finished third or fourth or whatever.
He finished strong. If you had him in the top 10, you might have been sweating at the end yesterday. I actually watched the final 8 holes or whatever yesterday because I got home from the Cubs game and then it was just like Sunday afternoon nap time. And I didn't see any of my family yesterday. So it was just like, I'll turn this on for background noise. And then I found myself, sweating Ricky Fowler and just hating myself. And
sorry about that. Yeah. Ricky, he never had a chance.
I looked at it that morning and was like, I could cash out and put it on who I think was going to win. But if I was going to cash it out, I was going to put it on Rory. So I wasn't going to bet on Clark. So whatever.
Yeah. We got 8 people watching us. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. And Cody just doing classic Father's Day things, watching golf on a Sunday and taking a nap.
Eli, have you ever ordered a steak at 11 in the morning?
No, Ellie, I've never ordered a steak at 11 in the morning. Cody, have you?
No.
Nothing wrong with it.
Steak and eggs is a thing.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's not crazy.
Not at all.
Hey, man, live your life.
You.
We got Sox Rangers on the south side tonight. But first up in Pittsburgh, what's it? The Twin River City?
I don't know.
What is it?
Steel City. That's what I always feel like.
Three Rivers.
There's Three River City. I know Three River Stadium.
No, Steel City makes sense. It's
PNC Park.
Yeah.
Of course.
Random Bank Park.
bank park. Cubs versus Pirates in a bank. Who wins?
Well, the Pirates have lost 6 in a row.
And you're seeing Beto again, right?
Osvaldo Beto. Smiley versus Beto. They faced off against each other last week. It was the game the Cubs trailed 5-1, came back and won 10-6. Smiley gave up a couple homers, and that's how the Pirates scored their runs. So, but the Pittsburgh bullpen has been awful the last week. Cubs hit pretty well against it. But the Cubs have been bad on the road, to be honest with you. And I don't know how to feel. Honestly, the Pirates are due because they've lost like 6 in a row. And the Cubs are coming off a loss, and they've been bad on the road. I don't know how. I wouldn't bet on either team tonight. I don't know what to expect. I would bet a home run on someone or total bases or something like that, or maybe the over, because 2 of the 3 games last week went way over because the Cubs scored double-digit runs in 2 of the 3 games, and then they scored 7 in Game 3 of that series. So I think there could be there's reason for a lot of runs just because Pittsburgh's bullpen hasn't been that good, and the Cubs bullpen can be bad as well. And Smiley again gave up a couple homers to some of these Pittsburgh hitters last week. So the total is 9. I like the over.
So let's go. Hey, Smiley's been a weird guy just to watch. I know that his stuff really doesn't jump off the table. He's old. I remember him very specifically for being diagnosed with a soggy elbow. That's just funny. And as you mentioned, he gave up 5 earned runs last time against Pittsburgh, 3 homers, and he's given up a homer in every start in June. I don't know if I love that park for lefties just because there is that short wall in left field. So I like you taking the over there. You got a hit parlay for us?
Yeah. So I guess I'll just go down the line with like what I am going to bet. So let's start the hit parlay. Let's give me the Pride of Palatine, Mike Tauchman in the same matchup last week. He went 3 for 5 in that game. He scored 3 runs, I believe, as well. Nice. Christopher Morel, who's been red hot. He's getting hot again. So I'm going to ride that hot streak. And then Ian Happ, who is a Pittsburgh native and normally plays well there because he's from there. So we're going a little narrative based on this one and the guy who's red hot for the Cubs right now. So I like that. Comes out to plus 192. If you look at the odds for hits for a lot of guys, like Nico Horner is like minus 475 last I checked to just get a hit. That's not fair. The Vegas is basically saying he's at least getting a hit tonight. They're locking it in. So had to get a little choosy here to get any real juice. I will say that the plus 192 is without using the boost. I think there's a 25% boost on DraftKings today, and there is you get like the 20, like the up to 100% boost as well that they give out every day as well. And I didn't use either one of them because I'm using my no sweat same game parlay that they're giving out for all sports. And if you do that, you can't use any of the boosts. So that's why for me it's only at plus 192. But you can get it better than that if you use those boosts. So yeah, that's a hit parlay, $10 to win 19. And then I just mentioned Tauchman. I'm riding him over 1.5 total bases tonight at plus 130. Hit a homer yesterday. He's just been as consistent as ever since the Cubs put him in the leadoff spot. He's coming off a great week.
Folks are saying Talkamania.
Yeah, I mean the Palatine Pounder, as they call him. So is that plus 130? I think, and he's gonna probably be batting leadoff tonight. So he's gonna get he's gonna get the most chances to bat. So again, plus 130, $10 wins you 13. And of course, we're going back to the well with the no whiffs parlay. Horner and Luis Arias. I was starting to use Jose Ramirez, who has been very consistent at not striking out. But the Guardians don't play today. So it comes out to plus 159. Horner and Arias.
Counterpoint: Ramirez will definitely not strike out today.
Yeah, I mean, he won't. You can't bet on it, but yeah, he won't strike out today. So yeah, I'm going with Horner and Arias under a half strikeout, $10. Or it's a parlay, $10 wins you 15. I just want to win some bets, man. Nothing too crazy today. Today's
nice to win one.
Slate sucks. I will say, if I were to bet on someone to hit a home run in the Cubs-Pirates game tonight, I will say that Andrew McCutchen would be one that I like, or Brian Reynolds. McCutchen at plus 360, Reynolds at plus 475. Like I said, Morel is red hot, plus 550 for him. Brian Hayes is also one I like.
Yeah. So can I jump in here? I got two and you didn't name them, and you just named one of them. I like Connor Joe plus 650. He's got 4 homers at home, and he's got 4 homers off lefties. So I just think his slugging percentage against lefties too is like 614. So just that matchup there, especially in that park, I like Connor Joe at plus 650 because the McCutchen one isn't bad. He just had a homer off Smiley. Same did Carlos Santana, but these guys have like plus 200 more juice on these home run props. And then Brian Hayes, absolutely, that's a smash. Plus 650. He's been hot, better against lefties, and hit the ball hard against Smiley. Exit velocities of 103 and 98. In the last matchup, and that was only 5 days ago. So I just think that you're going to have a lot of familiarity. And hey, Henry Davis is going to be playing today too. Great comment right there from Jack. Henry Davis going deep. I don't know if Henry Davis, the former #1 overall pick in 2021, is posted on DraftKings Sportsbook. He's not. They have Austin Hedges posted, but reports out of Pittsburgh. Henry Davis here to terrorize you, Cody.
Yeah, here to terrorize me. Yeah, I mean, he was like their first overall pick or whatever in 2021. He's got a high ceiling, they say.
From Louisville?
Sure. I don't know too much about him at all. But I assume he's not in DraftKings markets yet, just because he hasn't technically been activated. So if you really want to bet on Henry Davis,
later tonight. Enrolled at Louisville in 2018 after being undrafted in the 18 draft. So yeah, wait until the lineups are at least posted, because we were having that issue even with Matt Mervis, the guy who's been on the team for a month. He wasn't on the lineup until that was actually posted. So you'll probably have to wait until like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock to bet those. But hey, talking about home runs, baseball's back. I know everyone wants to hit a home run, but you can't do that mainly because you're not a professional baseball player. But when your untrimmed bush is starting to look like Wrigley Field, get your game on point with Manscaped, and you can start scoring on and off the field with their top-notch grooming products, trusted by 8 million men worldwide. Grab some Cracker Jacks, a hot dog, I guess you're a hot dog, and the Lawnmower 4.0, and play ball. Don't forget to use code CHGO for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. And Manscaped has the full package for your package this season. The Performance Package 4.0 checks every box and is the 5-tool star you've been searching for your balls club, just like Christopher Morel. And to start it off, the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is getting hyped as the Mike Trout of trimmers. And after using it, my confidence level is sky high. And my favorite part, too, is the light, the luminescent. I think they advertise it as a 400K light that helps you see all those, things that you need to get cleaned up. And it's waterproof. So you can take it anywhere and clean yourself up. Trim your bat and balls with Manscaped to get into the MVP discussion this season. Most valuable player, of course, with code CHGO for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping with code CHGO at manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com. Code CHGO.
Yeah.
White Sox, baby. And Allie's going to the White Sox game tomorrow. So shout out to Allie. Hopefully he has a good time. I don't know where to go. I do actually have one same game parlay here, because you mentioned the no sweat same game parlay. Mm-hmm. No starting pitcher has been announced for the White Sox. It's likely going to be Jesse Schultens. Jesse Schultens is a right-hander, and down in AAA, he has mainly featured his four-seam fastball. But when he's been up at the majors, he's mainly featured his slider. Do you know which righty hits sliders very, very well?
Maybe Garcia.
Adolis Garcia. Boom. There you go. You're a genius. Let's show him the same game parlay. That is a no sweat same game parlay. Plus 700. Alternate total runs of over 8.5. Rangers money line and Adolis Garcia to hit a home run at plus 380. I like it as a straight, but why not just add a little bit of juice? The Rangers are winning this game. Pretty confident in that. And I do think that even though Heaney is on the bump, the White Sox usually typically do better against lefties. We saw them struggle with Matthew Boyd, a guy with good extension. I think the White Sox maybe score 3 runs here, but I do think that taking Rangers run line would be appropriate. I think the Rangers score 9 or 10 runs. It's pretty warm here in Chicago. They are a power hitting team that really doesn't let you breathe. So I'm going to go Rangers here. I know that they've been ridiculously hot to the point where you should start fading them, but they're playing the White Sox, baby. This is a get right game.
Yeah, I was going to say they're red hot. Their offense has been unreal this month. So.
There's a 25% boost too. Right now, White Sox or Rangers at money line minus 125. You boost that using the 25% boost to plus 100. So I know our guy Law Dog always likes plus odds. You can get the Rangers money line at plus 100.
I like that. Sorry about the graphic. I had the cities transposed. I had White Sox at Rangers. Fine. Rangers at Sox. Rangers. At Sox.
I'm just a little confused on why they're only minus 125. I really am.
I think it's a lefty on the bump for the Rangers. White Sox are at home. And then since they don't have a pitcher announced, I don't really think that they have the weighted detriment to Schultz. Schultz has been all right too. So I think just a lot of those numbers, because he's gone up against like Cleveland, are a little bit inflated. So him going up against the Rangers, I would take, especially for the first 3 innings, because the big thing that Pedro Grifol said yesterday is we need to win the game yesterday. They didn't, and mainly because their pen needed to be protected. They used only 1 pitcher, but I don't know. I don't love their pen. So yeah, I'll fade my White Sox. I do want to bring one more thing, not from this game because we don't have lineups yet, so it's tough to fully figure this out. We don't even have a starting pitcher fully announced for the White Sox. But I do have one parlay for the folks out there, and I see all these screenshots, turning $1 into $1,000, and I'm jealous. I am jealous. I have 50 cents, so why not put two quarters? I could take the 2 quarters out of my card and then put this back in my bank account. I don't know who's going to win the World Series in 2023, and this is how this all started. The Braves at plus 400, but I don't know if I really trust their pitching. They got Spencer Strider, but I don't know if I trust anybody else.
In the National League, it's hard to pick who is going to go to the World Series right now. Just who is going to go. I don't think that any team in the National League is going to win the World Series. I would pick an American League team if you've asked me to pick today.
Well, the Dodgers, plus 650, and they've been super hurt. You mentioned the American League, Rays at plus 475, but they've had this model for so long and just really have never been able to do it. The Astros at plus 850. McCullers out for the year. Alvarez is hurt.
Also, their division is so much better now. Like it's not even a lock they'll make the playoffs.
Right. I mean, talk about good divisions. Yankees plus 13-1, and they're not even with Judge right now. The Rangers in that good division, 13-1 as well. The Blue Jays in that hellacious AL East, 18-1. And then the Twins at 22-1. The one team I want to talk about, the Padres. I don't know, man. They have the pitching. Blake Snell was just fantastic. Joe Musgrove, I know, can be pretty decent. You got Soto. You got Tatis. You got Bogarts. You got so many guys. I got them at 19-1. Now they're down to 18-1. I would put some money on the Padres now if you are looking for a future. Mets at 35-1 too. I wouldn't hate, just because you saw a team in that division get hot and win the World Series in 2021 in the Braves. So I don't know. I didn't know if you have any thoughts on the World Series future, but I started building out a parlay just based on the Padres being 19-1. Orioles 35-1. I don't trust their pitching.
Yeah, their pitching was very evidently except for their bullpen. Their bullpen, when they have a lead, and they go to their bullpen, it's good. But their starting pitching not great though.
I know the Mariners have all right starting pitching. I just saw their guy Bryce Miller. He's pretty electric. Luis Castillo's a stud. Brian Wu could be something. There's a lot of different guys in that rotation. They're 55-1. I don't hate that too. You talk about the American League. The AL West is good with the Astros and Rangers, but I don't know if I believe those teams. And the Mariners were a team that were, after 60 games, I think 2 years ago, under 500, and they marched their way back to the postseason. So it is a tough thing to call right now. I guess that's why we love baseball. But yeah, I put in a parlay. The Padres to win the World Series. Then it would be the Jets to win the Super Bowl. No. Then it would be Penn State to win the national title, and then the Jets to win the Super Bowl at 9,879 to 1.
Yeah, Cody, this is why I didn't make the graphic.
50 cents pays $5,000. I'm jealous of these people, Cody.
I get it.
Hey, the Padres can happen.
Padres can happen. Yes.
The Jets have a fantastic defense, and they just got a great quarterback. And we could say that because now he's in the AFC.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what? I'm going to pick the Chiefs at plus 450. I mean, that doesn't really. I don't know about that. I don't know if they're going to repeat. And then Penn State. Here's the thing. Hopefully, we can cash out by then. I do have straights on Georgia win the title, but if they win the Big Ten, they're in the playoffs. So that's all I'm just trying to guarantee is just to get a cash out that is decent on a 50-cent bet. If the Padres win the World Series, we are in a good spot. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Ohio State and Michigan own the Big Ten, bro. Like that's
not this year. They got the quarterback. Penn State's got the quarterback.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, right.
But I hear you. For the odds. Whatever.
For the odds. Come on, Drew Aller. He's gonna take your Nittany Lions.
If I were to take a flyer like you are with the Padres, you have an 18-1. Give me the Diamondbacks plus 3,000. Corbin Carroll's put himself in the National League MVP race. And they got great pitching.
Shout out to the answer backs. I bet them on Saturday night. They were down 2-0. I still had the boost that I hadn't used yet, the 50% boosts, and bet them on the money line. Boom. Woke up the next morning, didn't even watch the game. Woke up, said, hey, I have more money in the account. Let's ride.
Yeah. Amen.
I'm going to take a flyer. That's my World Series pick right now on June 19th.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks. All right.
Diamondbacks.
Okay.
I like Sean's
even though I said that I don't trust any National League team, but you know what? October is October. You know how it gets. The Phillies were there last year.
Amen. And that's
they didn't win, but they got there. Maybe we
cash
place
out
the bet and then cash out. You know.
And they leapfrogged the Phillies in the playoffs. So there you go. Or the Padres in the playoffs. The Phillies leapfrogged the Padres.
Diamondbacks are in first place.
That flips, then I win a ton of money. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. I just don't trust their starting.
D-backs have the best record in the NL, don't they?
Yes.
Like still? Mm-hmm. Yeah, D-backs. The answer backs, as our friends at PHNX are calling them.
No. Braves did. Braves are 3 games up. Braves are on a 6-game winning streak.
Okay, well they were.
So Diamondbacks are 3 games back.
Rockies, so good for them.
And then to answer Get Money's question, Luis Robert or Jake Berger or Andrew Vaughn to hit a home run today. Andrew Heaney has a.
I'd go Robert.
Has a barrel percentage of 15.6% against 4-seam fastballs against righties. I'll go Jake Berger. I don't hate the pick, but I just had that rant about Jake Berger. Usually when that happens, when a guy really only has 2 pitches, is 4-seam fastball and a slider, I think he'll get tattooed by Berger. So yeah, give me Jake Berger out of those 3. Anyways,
he also matches at home, right? Like he's incredibly good at home.
And 4 of his last 4 last homers have come in on the road. So he's kind of bucked that trend a little bit. So now he's got to come back home and hit a homer.
Yeah, right? Come correct, Berger.
It's only fair. That's Law Dog. You can follow him on Twitter on the draw. Give me that little barking noise.
Let's do that. Where's that barking noise at?
Follow Cody, my partner in degeneracy, on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. And you can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Thank you to everybody for hanging out with us. And we will talk to you tomorrow when, in fact, we are millionaires.